Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Haribol, move the side. Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Vitai Gaura Hariba, 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 Hariba. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivajagacharya Ashtottara Satasri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Prem Se Kaho Si Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Prabhupada Noga Ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nittai Guru Premanande. All glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shishi Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Canto 7, Chapter 9, Text 43. Naivo dvije paradduratyaya vaitaranya stvadvirya gayana mahamritam agnachittah sochetato vimuka chetasa indriyartha maya sukhaya bharam udvahato vimudhan. Please repeat. Naivo dvije paradduratyaya vaitaranyas Tvadvirya Gayana Mahamritamagnachitta Shochetato Vimukacheta Savindriyartha Maya Sukhaya Bharam Udvahato Vimudhan. नैवोद्विजे परदुरत्यय वैतरञ्ज त्वद्वीर्यगायन महामृतमग्नचित्तः शोचे ततो विमुखचेतस इन्द्रियार्थ माया सुखाय भारम् उद्वहतो विमूढान्. Mataji's. Na, not. Eva, certainly. Udvije, I am disturbed or afraid. Para, O Supreme. Duratyaya, insurmountable or very difficult to cross. Vaitaranyaha, of the Vaidarini, the river of the material world. Tvatvirya, of your Lordship's glories and activities. Gayana, from chanting or distributing. Maha Amrita, in the great ocean of nectarian spiritual bliss. Magna Chittaha, whose consciousness is absorbed. Soche, I am simply lamenting. Tataha, from that. Vimukha Chetasaha, the fools and rascals who are bereft of Krishna consciousness. Indriya Artha, in sense gratification. Maya Sukhaya, for temporary illusory happiness. Bharam, the false burden or responsibility of maintaining one's family, society, and nation, and elaborate arrangements for that purpose. Udvahataha, who are lifting by making grand plans for this arrangement. Vimudhan, although all of them are nothing but fools and rascals, I am thinking of them also. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki. Translation, O best of the great personalities, I am not at all afraid of material existence. For whatever I stay, for wherever I stay, I am fully absorbed in thoughts of your glories and activities. My concern is only for the fools and rascals who are making elaborate plans for material happiness and maintaining their families, societies, and countries. I am simply concerned with love for them. Purport. Throughout the entire world, everyone is making big plans to adjust the miseries of the material world, and this is true at present, in the past, and in the future. Nonetheless, although they make elaborate political, social, and cultural plans, they have all been described herein as Vimudha, fools. The material world has been described in Bhagavad Gita as Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, temporary and miserable. But these fools are trying to turn the material world into Sukha Alayam, a place of happiness, not knowing how everything acts by the arrangement of material nature, which works in her own way. Prakriti kriyamanani gunahi karmani sarvashah ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. The bewildered spirit soul, under the influence of the three modes of material nature, thinks himself to be the doer of activities that are in actuality carried out by nature. There is a plan for material nature, personally known as Durga, to punish the demons. Although the asuras, the godless demons, struggle for existence, they are directly attacked by the goddess Durga, who is well equipped with 10 heads with different types of weapons to punish them. She is carried by her lion carrier, or the modes of passion and ignorance. Everyone struggles very hard to fight through the modes of passion and ignorance and conquer material nature, but at the end, everyone is vanquished by nature's laws. There is a river known as Vaitarini between the material world and spiritual worlds, and one must cross this river to reach the other side, or the spiritual world. This is an extremely difficult task. As the Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Daivi hai yesha gunamayi mamamaya duratyaya. This divine energy of mind consisting of the three modes of material nature is difficult to overcome. The same word duratyaya meaning very difficult is used here. Therefore, one cannot surpass the stringent laws of material nature except by the mercy of the Supreme Lord. Nonetheless, although all materialists are baffled in their plans, they try again and again to become happy in this material world. Therefore, they have been described as Vimudha, first-class fools. As for Prahlad Maharaja, he was not at all unhappy. For although he was in the material world, he was full of Krishna consciousness. Those who are Krishna conscious, trying to serve the Lord, are not unhappy. Whereas one who has no assets in Krishna consciousness and is struggling for existence is not only foolish but extremely unhappy also. Prahlad Maharaja was happy and unhappy simultaneously. He felt happiness and transcendental bliss because of his being Krishna conscious. Yet he felt great unhappiness for the fools and rascals who make the elaborate plans to be happy in this material world. Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahiyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Kauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jayasi Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. These are the beautiful verses from Prahlada Maharaj's glorifying the Supreme Lord Narasimhadeva after he has appeared and killed Hiranyakashipu, that is Prahlad's father. He is telling here, I am not unhappy. Father is just dead, killed by the Supreme Lord, and here he is telling Narasimhadeva, I am very happy. I am not at all unhappy. I am only unhappy about foolish people like my father. You must understand, he's just a young boy. And he is speaking this to the Supreme Lord. And everybody is hearing, all the demigods, Brahma, everybody, Lakshmi, Narada, all of them are there. And he is bold enough to go towards Narasimhadeva. Everybody else is afraid to go because he is very angry, ferocious. So people of all have got fear. But Prahlad is fearless. He is happy in Krishna consciousness. He is reconfirming it. I am not afraid. I am not even afraid of the material world. I am happy. Because you are here. What's the next? How can I be afraid of the Supreme Personality of Godhead? I am very happy you are here. And my material situation I am not worried about. Because I am already completely absorbed in you. But what about these people? Maya, Sukhaya, Bharam. He uses the word Bharam. They have accepted the burden of material Sukha. If you just analyze it, to take a burden of material Sukha means what? This is something, it's like an oxymoron. You know, in English they say an oxymoron means it contradicts itself. Material Sukha is what you like to do anything for getting that material Sukha. But that is titled as a bharam, a burden, a useless burden. A useless burden. So Prahlad Maharaj has got such a tattva, logic and philosophy about life in general, so nicely understood by him. So if you examine what it means to say bharam, maya sukhaya bharam, the burden of material happiness, the burden of material happiness. This whole material world, Prabhupada explains there in his word-to-word meaning, everything is explained. Foolishly making such huge arrangements, very big arrangements, and engaging everybody in it for enjoying, and then dying. And then dying. Very soon you die. What you created will last much more than your life. It lasts long, at least definitely more than your lifetime. But you create all, with Ugra Karma, you create all sorts of things. And then you die. And then also your enjoyment is false. So the whole logic is being spoken here by Prahlad Maharaj and said, what is the use? What is the use? They don't understand that happiness lies in devotional service to you. That I have to teach them. If you can allow me, I will teach them. That is my only unhappiness. That is my only unhappy. Seeing others foolishly happy, I am unhappy. They should be intelligently happy and enjoy real happiness, which is surrendered to you. Then I will become also happy. So here, what is the happiness of a devotee? The happiness of a devotee is when he sees others are becoming servants of Krishna, taking up Krishna consciousness. Then he becomes happy. And that is a very unique happiness. It's not just a sensory happiness. It is fulfilling happiness. One thing is called fulfillment. Happiness that comes out of a fulfillment. You know, that is compared to, in the Bhagavatam, it is compared to eating when you are hungry. You are very hungry. And you want to eat something to appease your hunger. You sit down, and when you are hungry, you get food also by Lord's arrangement. And you sit down and eat. It's mentioned with every morsel that you eat, hunger gradually gets satisfied. Tushti pushti kshuddhapaya. Tushti means satisfaction. Tushtoham, I am happy, I am satisfied. Pushti means nourishment. Kshuddhapaya. Kshuddh means hunger. Hunger is appeased. All these three things happen to you when you are hungry and you sit down to eat. Yes, you get satisfied. Hot khichdi I ate. Super nice prasadam I ate. You know, you get a satisfaction. That's a very, if you become mindful of it, you will know what it means. Without food, how you will suffer. That you should know. Then only you will know that what's the meaning of hunger, appeasement, and being satisfied, getting something to eat. So, appeasement of hunger, being satisfied out of eating, that is a completely different type of satisfaction. It's a fulfillment. I don't want anything more, you will tell. No, I don't want anything more. No, one gulab jamun, no, please. Completely happy. Yayatma suprasiddhati. I'm very happy. You relax, and then after that you want to, life is so good. Had a nice hot khichdi and this and that and everything and sweet and everything. I'm relaxed. There is a certain fulfillment there. Every day it happens to you. But if you are one of those stupid people who cannot enjoy this, but you have to go to work and you have to eat a sandwich on the way to the office for lunchtime, then you are maya sukhaya bharam udvahato vimudan. Not only have you set up such huge things, you are not able to enjoy what you have set up. Then you are doubly foolish, more than what Prahlad is saying. More than what Prahlad is saying. The simple affairs of life, very simple, and interactions among human beings, and living peacefully, that itself is being criticized by Prahlad. He is saying, because what is the use that anyway you are going to die? Everything will perish. But taking up Krishna consciousness is a real happiness because it fulfills the soul. Yayatma suprasiddhati. Atma becomes fulfilled and happy. All other types of happiness, a little scratch on the surface for temporary purpose. A little bit. And for temporarily you are happy, but after immediately your mind again disturbs you, and as soon as the session is over, you're again disturbed. You're looking for some other type of engagement of your senses. Engagement of the senses has become the happiness. Gratification of the senses has become a habit. That's the nearest achievable happiness. Quickly achievable. Low hanging fruit. Quickly I do that. But then quickly it goes off also. And quickly you search for some more and some more and some more. You become addicted in this type of thing. You think that your happiness is coming only out of sense gratification. And you keep on pursuing it. You get stuck in that layer. But there are other types of happiness. Varieties of happiness on different levels. Even on the bodily platform, there are other happiness. Subtle body platform also there is happiness. All material happiness. And Krishna goes to say that even spiritual happiness is there. Brahmananda. That is there. Leading to spiritual happiness. But what Prahlad is talking about is beyond his spiritual happiness also. They don't know what is the meaning of devotional service and what happiness you can get out of it. See, this is a reality spoken. But we all sometimes struggle to understand how this is true. How this is true when I'm struggling so much. I'm chanting Hare Krishna, all right. I'm speaking from a devotee's perspective. He is speaking about the demons and all the other peoples and followers of Hiranyakashipu and the world. Maya Sukhaya Bharam Udvahato Vimudhan. But in between there are also devotees who take up and wonder, Yeppadan Agumo and the Prahlada Maharaj Sonna Anandam. Like that we are thinking inside also. When will that come? Because while being in the process of following the prescription of the devotee, pure devotee, of the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is also a process. It also takes time. It is according to how you cultivate Krishna consciousness and how seriously you engage in it and how much time, energy, and yourself do you give to it. According to that, in proportion to that, you will also be able to have that intense experience. You will also get that intense experience. It is a fact. And also, since it is a process, it takes time. Stage 1, stage 2, Adau Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, Ata Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivriti, Ruchi, Nishta, all these things slowly happen. Sadhakana Mayam Premna, Pradur Bhave Bhavet Krama. Kramena. Gradually it happens. Gradually it happens. Prabhupada explains in Nectar of Devotion is like cultivation of a plant to yield the fruit. You have to first look after it very carefully so that other weeds and other pests, animals, birds and all don't attack it, especially when it's tender and just sprouting. And then after that you should also water it regularly, not too much heat, not too much water, you should look after. And then gradually you should grow it very carefully. So he says about when you cultivate, you look after. The farmer goes and checks every day. He says, okay, he takes out some weeds, he makes the pathway better for the water to flow. He goes and checks, actually very affectionately, he will go and do all these things for the plants to grow. And then it grows, he cultivates, he spends time. So it will not be so fastly enjoyable for you unless you also spend time, because it is cultivation, carefully, attending to it. It requires time. If you don't have time for this, it will happen very slowly. And also some animals will come, pests will come. Oh, I forgot. What are you doing here, pest? And then you take some extra measures. And then again you forget and again something happens like that. Erratically it will grow. Erratic. Some farmers you'll see that, attend properly so it doesn't come properly. You didn't put the water at the right time and too much rain came and too much sun came and you were not there, and so erratic. But those who steadily give all the care that is necessary, it grows fast and healthy and strong. So Prabhupada compares this very nicely in the Chaitanya Charitamrita also. For a devotee, he should know that how much attention he pays, how much focus he gives. According to that, there is growth of his bhakti and there is satisfaction and fulfillment. Both these things occur. So Prahlad is such an exalted personality that he is not now thinking about himself anymore. He's not like sadhaka like you and me. My sadhana has to be done, my this has to be done, our whole this thing is in the, because you're a sadhaka, you have to worry about both matter, material stuff and spiritual stuff and adjust it. All these happens in the initial stages of sadhana. But he is like saying boldly to Lord Narasimha, I am not worried, I am situated in bhakti. He is able to say that very boldly to the Lord. By your mercy, I am firmly situated in bhakti. I have also, to the whole world, he has actually demonstrated his bhakti. And his father has actually seen it, experienced it also, and wondered, how are you like this? All these things we can see in Prahlada Charitra. That he has proven to the whole world that nothing will happen to me. I am not worried. Why? I have the Lord's protection. You can see it's happening. Hiranyakashipu is trying to kill him. Kill him, actually. And he doesn't die. I mean, nowhere in history or in science you will see something like this. Repeatedly try to kill him. And he doesn't die. Rather, Hiranyakashipu dies. Very easily he dies. Exactly what he did not want. What he did not want is, I don't want to die. He gets exactly that. So you can see that Prahlad has demonstrated it by his bhakti, by his pure devotion. A huge flag waving. If you practice pure devotion to the Lord, you don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about it. This is the meaning of that shloka. Shraddha Shabde Vishwasa Kohile Sudrida Nischaya Krishna Bhakti Koile Sarva Karma Krita Hoya. Shraddha, faith. Vishwasa, faith. Sudrida Nischaya, completely convinced. Sudrida means very strong conviction. That Krishna Bhakti Koile, if you perform devotional service to Krishna, Sarva Karma Krita Hoya, everything is done for you. Every perfection is achieved for you. That is called faith. So Prahlad is very strongly situated in that Vishwasa, in that Shraddha. Nothing can happen to me. That the father is trying so many things. Let him try, I will teach him. Nothing happens to him. He's demonstrated it. Demonstrated it. That is why he is claiming to Narasimhadev, I am very sure of my bhakti. Because I have already been tested by you. Rehearsal tests everything over. And then you have appeared also. This is proof of the fact that I have passed the exam fully. So I am not bothered about myself. You have already cleared me. You have cleared me. I am not bothered. But what about these fellows, these rascals? That attitude of Prahlad, that I am unhappy about these people who don't have that. Jivere doya. Mercy towards those who are not able to enjoy like me. That feeling of unhappiness, that is expressed by Prahlad. This is real human welfare. He is feeling it. That how can I make you also enjoy this? It's not that I got through, I'm not afraid of me, I'm past, see you, tata, bye bye. You guys, I don't know, do what you want, rot. I don't care. Most of the people in the material world just bother about themselves. They don't have enough time to bother about themselves. How will they bother about others? But a pure devotee of the Lord, having achieved a peace for himself and love of the Lord for himself, He has a lot of space inside him to be worried about others. This is the meaning of Prabhupada saying, Para dukkha dukhi. Seeing others unhappy without Krishna consciousness, he becomes unhappy. And that is a very healthy sign of a devotee. If a devotee is unhappy that he did not get one more gulab jamun, then that is some other reason. Or he did not get that extra sense gratification that somebody else got, then he is stuck in a different plane. But this is very high level of unhappiness. It is the realization that I wish others also would enjoy what I am enjoying. I am eating this gulab jamun so tasty. I wish all others also would get this gulab jamun. That feeling. Mostly the material world, nobody will feel like that. I mean, I enjoy this gulab jamun. Lock it up and keep. I can eat for tomorrow, day after, for the next 1 year. That's the first thought that will come in the mind. They'll never think, let us give it to others and let them all enjoy. You see, that's a parat dukkha sukhi. The material thing is opposite of a devotee. Parat dukkha dukhi. But the material world, they're thinking, parat dukkha sukhi. You don't have it, huh? Very happy. I got, see, I'm eating in front of you. All these rich people know, make billions and billions. Their happiness comes about, see who I am. I got so much money. You don't have that money. Sing my glories. I will never give you that money. It's all mine. It's all mine. And so everybody is talking about income distribution, wealth distribution. Why only one fellow should have so much? It's not required for him so much. So huge, disproportionate wealth he has got. He cannot spend so much money even in 1,000 lifetimes. But still he is possessing it and then he dies and gives it to his family and family and family. Like that. Why can't he distribute it? But a devotee will think like that. A devotee will think, let's make prasadam and give it to everybody. That is the difference between a devotee and an asura. That's what is being brought about here. This is called, in the Western world also they have phrases for it. It's called Schadenfreude in German language. It means getting enjoyment out of another person's misery. Schadenfreude. I see you miserable, I become happy. I invade your country and kill all your people and then I become happy. See my power. I am happy. I was able to conquer you, kill you. These are all the very low class feelings of people in this world. But if you look at Prahlad, he's a very aristocratically different, sophisticated person. Because of this feeling that I'm feeling sad because you don't have Krishna consciousness. I want to do something for you. This is the feeling of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada that took him to the Western world. Because he felt that all those people don't know anything. At least I'm born in India, I know some of these things. And by the mercy of my Guru, I have learned these things. But what about those people in this planet who are human beings? They're capable of knowing. And they will die without knowing. So I must quickly go and throw it around to everybody, at least for their information. At least they make even little progress, they'll come back as human beings. And they'll be able to again catch it. That he had some very amazing vision. Nobody in this world thinks like that. Nobody thinks like that. It's only Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada thought, and never mind, nobody appreciates me because they are not able to think like that. They are fools and rascals. How can I judge them according to my... So even though they were so bad towards him and did not understand him, he kept doing good for them. These types of people are very rare in this world. That is why Prabhupada is very important. It's like Prahlad. This guna, this quality of an Atma is very high class. And we will never think like that. Even in my Krishna consciousness, I don't think like that. It's difficult to put it up falsely. It's coming for Prahlad from inside out and he's saying it in front of the Lord. And Narasimhadev understands that yes, he is feeling like that. And therefore he becomes very dear to Lord Narasimha. He's completely understanding my feeling that my children are all lost like this. Somebody should help me to get them back. And he's understanding that. And the same feeling he's sharing, the same feeling that God has, same feeling that Krishna has towards all the living entities in this world is evinced by Prahlad. So you can imagine how happy you'll become. God, Krishna, is becoming very happy when Prahlad is reflecting his feelings also. Right? Sometimes when you're explaining and there is a problem and you have an understanding, when somebody understands it, this is what you mean. Yeah, thank you. You got my feelings. You want to express something, you're going through some difficulty, and mostly your mother will understand it better. So you'll only go and speak to your mother. Your father will understand better. Nobody will understand what I'm saying. You know that who will understand it. And then you go and pour it out. And then I understand. This is what it is. Somebody understands. You know that feeling you get? That itself is relief. Most of the time, people are in difficult situations. They want some shoulder to cry on, somebody who says, I understand. I know this is what's happening to you. Not simply pretend just to say it, but actually understand and do something about it for that person. Then you become that person's very close friend because you tick with his feelings. Even Krishna is a personality. Although he may be the supreme personality of Godhead, he is a person. And if an Atma and progresses in his spiritual life and comes to the point of understanding, I understand your feelings. If he is able to do that to the Supreme Lord, Lord will become very pleased with that person. I mean, it's a complete individualistic choice for a person to go to that level of understanding Krishna's feelings. But when somebody does it, Krishna becomes very pleased. That is why in Bhagavad Gita he is saying, Na anyatara priyataro bhuvi. There is nobody in these three worlds like that person for me, so dear to me, because he is spreading this message. Understanding me is spreading this message. So you can imagine how happy and pleased Prabhupada will be Krishna will be with Prabhupada. This is the meaning of us chanting Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Why are we chanting this prayer? Rupa Goswami understood Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's heart. It is not that he has got no individual effort in that. My understanding is, why is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu so pleased with Rupa Goswami? He gave him Upadesh and told him about the situation of the conditioned soul and how painful and how, lousy it is. And he explains all these things and tells them that they have to understand this and sadhana and you should write about this and give them a whole, process of extricating themselves from this. With feelingly, he has taught Rupa Goswami, you should write this so that it will all be useful for all my lost conditioned souls. Nicely he understood Rupa Goswami. Quietly he is listening. Then he writes this verse about Lord Chaitanya, that he has come for this purpose. Not only has he understood the purpose of Lord Chaitanya's external reasons, but his deep internal reasons also he understands. And he puts it up as a writing. His realization is written. And then he puts it up in the hut on the top, goes to take his bath. He's thinking about it, Rupa Goswami. It must be correct. This is what I have summarized from my understanding. He puts it up there and goes to take his bath in the river. He comes back. When he comes back, Lord Chaitanya has already come there to Haridas Thakur's place and he has already said, what is this? And he has taken it and read it. And he's very surprised. Who is this who has understood me like this? And Rupa Goswami is coming with his head hanging down. And he's very thoughtful. And then he looks at Lord Chaitanya and immediately, Lord Chaitanya is holding this same piece of, writing. And he's looking at him. There's no word spoken. He's looking at him and he's acknowledging by his look, I only wrote it. Then he's becoming very serious and he's slapping Rupa Goswami. He's slapping. How did you understand this? It's so amazing pastime. How did you understand this? Affectionately, amazing, out of great love, he's slapping him. How did you understand this about me? He became very happy with Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami is just not answering anything, just keeping quiet. He's a very, decent, decorum filled, nice Brahmana, Vaishnava. He took that, getting special mercy. And then Lord Chaitanya goes and tells to Swarup Damodar, see, how has he understood this about me? Means who told him? Swarup Damodar immediately looks at it and smiles and says, because you told him. It's because you have told him. Then he smiles and says, yes, I told him. But I never expected you understand it so well. Because normally people don't understand this. They don't understand it at all. They don't understand the Bhagavad Gita. They don't understand Krishna is speaking emotionally. Manmana bhava madbhakta madhyaji mam namaskuru. I am waiting to give my love to you. Please, my dear son, I want to help you. But they don't see it at all. It's only a lover of Krishna can tell you that this is what it is. Prabhupada is feeling it and is coming and saying it to everybody. Krishna is very kind. Krishna is very merciful. Please chant Hare Krishna. You will become all right. But nobody understands. Nobody understands. Only if you have some love for Krishna, you will understand. Everybody is busy with the matter and the material world and the enjoyment and all that stuck. So you must know that Prahlad has understood. And Lord Narasimha, that's why, is placing his hand on his head and stroking it. That gory form, deadly looking form. He becomes Shanta. Become completely peaceful and very happy with Prahlad. So many devotees are standing, all the demigods, Brahma, Narada, everybody. But Narasimhadev is pleased with Prahlad because of this attitude that he is feeling for everybody else. It's his genuine feeling for a human, and not only for human, for everybody, all life forms. And understanding the Lord's plan, understanding why the Lord has created, why he is doing all these things, so much pains he is taking, is understanding, I become pleased with you. At least you understand why I am concerned, why I spoke the Bhagavad Gita, why I have appeared now. It's not that Hiranyakashipu is somebody whom I hate. It is just that it is safe for you, good for you to be connected to me in Bhakti. So that is why Prabhupada should be appreciated. Because of Prabhupada's feeling that I want to give to others, we all got it. Actually, we did not do anything much. We are gaining tremendously. Because these things you can never understand as per the Veda also. Simply reading the Vedas, you will never understand this. Simply reading the Bhagavad Gita also, you will not understand this. It requires a pure devotee like Prabhupada to explain it. Then only you understand it. There are so many Bhagavad Gitas. Nobody understands it. Nobody understands it properly. It's only when a pure devotee rises and starts doing preaching like this, then it happens. Very unique. It's very special. Not common. Not very common. So we are all very, very fortunate. We don't even know how fortunate we are. We simply don't know. And by Prabhupada's prayer and by pure devotees' prayer, we are somehow being held in. It's not that because of our effort we are doing. We are great devotees because I can speak a few words and because I got some Saraswati Kataksham, or because I can mug up a few shlokas, or because I can put one brick on top of the other and make a building, or because I distributed 10 books today, or because I sang such wonderful kirtan and danced. None of these things is an indication of the fact that you have love for Krishna, actually. It's not. But it shows that you're interested in love for Krishna. That's all. That's all it shows. Confirmed by the cow. That is why we must not overestimate ourselves and underestimate great pure devotees. You must be very careful to understand what you're getting. My gosh, it's extremely precious and valuable. You have to understand that. What is bhakti? It has been given very casually by Lord Chaitanya. Okay, you just chant, I'll give it to you. I'm not going to look at anything. All your accounts and all that, none of them I'm going to look at it. You open your mouth, you chant, I'm here for you. Krishna has become like that. He's become very merciful. So we must be excited about the mercy of the Supreme Lord in His appearance as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and in Him making it so easy. So we should be excited about taking it, nicely following it and distributing it to as many people as possible. That will please Krishna. That is why Prabhupada has made sure that whether how much ever you know, whatever you know, you endeavor to preach. It will add to your spiritual life. It will accelerate your spiritual life. You will be turbocharged. You'll be on turbo mode. You'll move ahead faster. See, repeatedly getting confirmed. You'll be turbocharged. This movement is meant for you to preach. You must preach. Your spiritual life will be very secure and safe. You see, a lot of this ups and downs and this and that. You must bring this message to others. You must do everything for Prabhupada's mission, whatever is required, so that it can expand, so that more people can come instead. All that is preaching. All that is preaching. Right? So, Prabhupada has given an amazing, wonderful opportunity to the whole world to engage in Lord Chaitanya's movement. What a masterful crafting he has done based on all the previous acharyas. He knows exactly what is to be done. You will see his letters. No, you do this, you do that. This will become all right. You worship Krishna, you chant Hare Krishna, you simply follow this plan. You will become successful. Prabhupada has defined success very nicely. You become successful. So this is a unique quality. You can imitate it if you want. I am feeling very bad for all of the people. That's why yesterday I went on Harinam. But today my back is... I want to sleep for another 2 hours because yesterday I went for 1 hour Harinam. I will take it back, boy. I did little devotional service now. I have to engage in some relaxation and some sense gratification. Because I did service yesterday. அதுக்கு வந்து டபுளா I lost time actually. This funny types of feelings conditioned souls have. So our engagement in devotional service to the Supreme Lord is very unique. It's an opportunity. It's a wonderful opportunity for so many living entities to engage in devotional service and become purified. That's why, if not for Mahatmas, great Bhagavatas like Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, then his guru Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Bhakti Vinoda Thakur, and all of them you see on the altar. All these great personalities were worried about others. They are simply concerned. What a foolish fellow here, enjoying life in a stupid way. I feel bad for you. The interesting thing, Prahlad feels, hi, everybody is foolishly very happy. He feels, feel very sad that you are so happy, foolishly. You are Maya Sukaya Bharam Vimudo. Super foolishly you are happy, no? I feel sad when you become happy, materially. Why? You are a fool. You do not know how to be actually happy. So in the material world, when people become happy, a devotee becomes disturbed. This is not the way to be happy. It's not the way to be happy. You are lost. You are stuck inside Maya. Maya Sukha. So these are to be understood very nicely. Because Prahlad will also say in the previous shloka, he will say, or rather in the later shloka also he say, Prayena Deva Munayah Swamukti Kama. He's using a wonderful word. Swamukti Kama. Liberation for myself alone, he's calling it a Kama. selfishly desiring liberation for yourself, swamukti kama, and you go to the Himalayas and meditate so that you alone will get liberated. He says, I am not like that. He's telling this. My dear Lord Narsimhadeva, I see that there are many saintly persons indeed, but they are interested only in their own deliverance. Not caring for the big cities and towns, they go to the Himalayas or the forest to meditate with vows of silence, Maunavrata. They are not interested in delivering others. As for me, however, I do not wish to be liberated alone, leaving aside all these poor fools and rascals. I know that without Krishna consciousness, without taking shelter of your lotus feet, one cannot be happy. Therefore, I wish to bring them back to the shelter of your lotus feet. This is a small boy talking, and everybody is watching and hearing. Brahma, everybody, all the demigods are hearing. His realization, his understanding from his experience of Krishna consciousness, and that's so powerful that it has made the Lord himself come in this beautiful form. And he's telling, actually, this mukti and all that is very selfish. I want to work for all these people's liberation. I don't want to get liberated alone. See, this is the meaning of Sankirtan. This verse carries the meaning of Sankirtan. We will all go back home, back to Godhead together. The feeling that we will all go back home, back to Godhead together. You know, my chanting, my sadhana, I don't care about you. I don't care about anybody. I go lock myself up and I chant. Don't disturb me. I am reading. Don't come near me. I'm doing my devotional service. Leave me alone. You might as well remain in the Himalayas. You don't have to live amongst people. That's the meaning of living in the Himalayas. But to be with people, to take all their headache, plus face many difficulties and challenges in the material world, and practice Krishna consciousness, and help others to do, is not easy. It's not easy. Prahlad is saying, I want to do that only. I want to do because everybody else will benefit. Everybody else will benefit. And we can all go back to Godhead together. This is the meaning of Sankirtan. I worship the Lord along with you and everybody else. I go back to Godhead along with you and everybody else. If I don't, I'll be very concerned about you. Because I was with you only practicing Krishna consciousness. I don't want to go back alone. I want to make sure that we all go back together. Isn't that a wonderful thought? He's telling here, I don't want to go back alone. I don't want to get liberated alone. Because Narasimha is saying, tell me what you want, I'll give you whatever you want. And he's telling Narasimha, don't tempt me with material desires. I want only to be in your service. I want all of these people also to come with me. He's putting, I want all of them also to come with me. See, with the feeling, and Narasimhadev respects that feeling. Although they are not qualified, your father is the least qualified. I just killed him for the nonsense things he did. And he is asking my father to just take care of him. Prahlad is asking something which Krishna has decided, no, not Hiranyakashipu. And he's saying, Hiranyakashipu, all his followers, Maya, Sukaya, Bharam, Udvato, Vimudan. He's indirectly telling, I am going to stay back for them. Out of them, one person, Hiranyakashipu, you have liberated, and my father, so he'll get special attention. But for all of them, I want to stay back and get them back. He's forcing Lord Narasimhadev almost to show mercy. This feeling is very appreciated by the Lord. Thinking of others is not an easy thing to do in the material world. To think about others and to care for them and make their Krishna consciousness, comfortable, so that they will chant and read and go back and achieve spiritual credits and go back to Godhead. That is the real service we need to do. That's why when we are surrounded by devotees, by Krishna's mercy, they come in shapes and sizes. They'll have all sorts of problems and this and that. They are going through life just like anybody else. They come in all shapes, but all does not matter. It just comes in different shapes and size. That's all. It's all one thing only. It's one same stupid thing. Maya sukhaya bharam udbhato vimudan. You want to enjoy, you'll have trouble in this world. So we cannot also be so impersonal as to say you shouldn't do this. This is very bad. It's against Krishna consciousness. And but what to do from Purva Janma and from past life and this thing, I'm not able to, actually sincerely struggling. You can't just call it black and white. So you have to tolerate all these types of people. They come in various shapes and sizes. Everybody's got a different horoscope or horoscope. Everybody's got problems. And but they all want to be Krishna conscious. The real struggle comes in a community of such people. Each one of them will have his own story and his own type of doing things and his own type of. To keep everybody together and practice Krishna consciousness is the greatest austerity. It's a great austerity. But if you do it, you will please Prabhupada, you will please Krishna very much. You will please. This is a derivation from that. So Prabhupada has created that situation where you can enact what Prahlad is saying here, right here. Each one of you can have the Prahlad moment of your life inside this ISKCON society. You can do that. I want to help all of these nice souls who are wanting to serve Krishna in some way or the other, not able to, or struggling in many different ways. That is the best thing I can do. And for those who don't know about it, I want to present it to them. And I want to increase this community of devotees who will all get together, serve the Lord and please Jagannath, Balaram and Subhadra Devi. And they will confer their mercy. That feeling is a feeling we should derive from Prahlad. Then in the Parampara, similarly, Prabhupada also had the same feeling. And he requested all of us to be merciful, kind, and spread Krishna consciousness for the welfare of people. For that, we need to also practice it nicely. It becomes easier for us to spread it. Right? So these are all things you can derive from one shloka here. And so deep. And that feeling and emotion of Prahlad when he's saying Maya Sukhaya Bharam Udvahato Vimudan. It's a good shloka to by heart and chant. But if you go behind the emotion of it, the feeling of Prahlad, which is making Lord Narasimhadeva so pleased, because it is unique that only a devotee can have this feeling. God also may not have the feeling like a devotee. He cannot have. That's why he's coming as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to feel like that. This is so nice, Bhakti. Maya Sukhaya, I want to give it to everybody. That's why when he comes as Lord Chaitanya, he's feeling that so much. Right? So Krishna becomes very pleased. This is the way to please Krishna, by preaching Krishna consciousness. Without any additions and subtractions, as it is, you present Krishna consciousness. You will have a Prahlad moment in your life. Right? Hiranyakashipu moment, of course, we don't want in our life. We have rejected it. A Prahlad moment in our life, the crux and the core of the Prahlad moment in our life is this feeling. And Prabhupada has given it to us. Please, you can do it if you want to. Instead of spending your time doing some other funny thing, you can work for giving people Krishna consciousness. That's why he has set up ISKCON. Anything you would do here will help the whole movement to impress people, to bring them to Krishna consciousness. And we need to do that with organization and intelligence, Prabhupada said. It happens. And it is going to happen. And it is predicted that it will happen. And the whole world will become Krishna conscious. That's also predicted. Om Tat Sat. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Nittai Gur Premanande. Any question or comment? Because we are not Prahlad, that's all. Simple. You may not have the same emotion. It's may take time. But you can Follow the instructions of Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. He has that feeling. For him, you can work. That's the way I understand it. I don't have that emotion, but I appreciate that Prabhupada has got that and that feeling, and he has been empowered to do this. I want to be in his machinery as a small cog somewhere, rotating small and contributing to that machinery. That's all we can do now. You don't have to become Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. You don't have to become Prahlada. You simply contribute your might for that feeling and for spreading that. That way we'll be fulfilled. Okay? Any other question or comment? Yeah. கோபம் வந்தா உங்களுக்கு எல்லாமே இதாயிடும், எல்லாமே ஸ்பாயில் ஆயிடும். If you get angry, if you want to sell something, you cannot get angry and sell it. It's counterproductive. All the salesmen always are showing all their 24 teeth, even though they are selling a bomb, even though they're selling the worst product. It's wonderful for you. This thing is because you want to make the sale happen. You want to make the sale happen. So you should understand what is your purpose. Not that you should listen to me here. I'm telling you this sloka from Bhagavad Gita. Mamai Vamsa Jivaloka Jivabhuta Sanatana. Why don't you buy the book? It doesn't make sense to him. And then you get angry. Fool, you don't understand Bhagavad Gita. I really don't understand. And with a person like you, I'll never understand. He will think like that and walk off. You have to definitely withstand all these things, tolerate it, because they are acting out of ignorance. They don't know. உங்களுக்கு தெரியாம பண்றாங்க. First of all, Maya Sukaya Bharam Udvahato Vimudhan. You don't understand. So you will speak all sorts of things. I should not take all that seriously. I should keep smiling and be determined to make you take this book home. That's all. Because you want the sale to occur. You want the transformation to occur. You want the conveyance to occur. You want it to go from your hand to his hand. So you should do everything possible to get it. And after it has gone that side, you should enter his life and say, you read it like this. You have still work to do after that. You get enter your life. So you have to, it's a big thing happening in that person's life. Oh, so many janmas he has spent here, and now you are standing in front of him. This is a turning point. You can become the person who is creating the turning point in his life. It's not an ordinary thing when you go for book distribution. You create turning points in everybody's life. It's such a beautiful assignment that you can take it up and go, who is the person? That's why these book distributors get really enthralled. If you know what you're really doing, Bahunam Janmanam Ante, that person gets the book from you. After so many Janmas, you are the person who gives the book. Please read this. And he will remember you forever, even after leaving this material world. Going back to God also, he'll remember you. You are the person who distributed the books. It's not an ordinary thing to be a book distributor. It's a forever you become the person who did it. That opportunity is being given by Prabhupada to everybody. Isn't it? So you should be carefully marketing it. You kill me also, but I'll nicely, smoothly put it inside you. I am determined to do it. Like that you should do. Because it is not yours. It's not your product. Why you should get angry? You can get unhappy. Why should you get angry? Okay, I was not able to do it. You slipped out of my hand. Let's see the next fellow. That's all. I'll change my gear. What to do? Some people may take, some people don't take. Some people are weird. Some people are asuric. What can you do? You tried. That's all. Any other question or comment? Yeah. I am drawing a comparison between somebody like Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who has already manifested his pure love coming from the spiritual world, obviously, already in that platform of love of Krishna. When he does something, it is not the same as me also doing. I also distribute books, Prabhupada also distributed book. It's the same? No, I am distributing because he told me to. That is sadhana. I do because I am told. But Prabhupada, when he's doing out of love and feeling. I may not have that same feeling. But I can come to the maximum extent of doing it for Prabhupada, for Guru, for so and so because he told me. That is our qualification. That is called sadhana. It's called sadhana. Sadhana means you're doing something, but I don't know fully what it is, but I'm doing it's good, I think. I don't know fully what it is. It's good. I heard about MBBS. A lot of people are getting jobs and all. I don't know what it is. I get admitted. I'm getting to know what MBBS is. After you study only, you'll know. You attend the classes, you know. Finally, of course, you know it's all useless bunkum. That's a different thing. I'm saying as an example. You come to know slowly. Oh, this is what it is. When I got admission, I never knew all these things. I was thinking it is something else. Isn't it? You get knowledge, you get experience, you get practical realizations. All that happens to you. So sadhaka goes through all these things and comes to that point. But somebody already beyond that is a siddha, perfected person. When he does something and we also do the same thing, we don't become equal. Narendra Modi took his breakfast. I also took my breakfast. I am Narendra Modi. What a funny logic that is. What a funny logic that is. That type of thing we cannot do. Prabhupada is very far away. He is very nicely coming in between us and so that we will take advantage. That doesn't mean that he is some one of us sadhaka like that. You should be very careful. If you open his books, then you'll understand who he is. He is the person writing all this. Then you know that it's a big difference. Okay? Om Tat Sat Jai Srila Prabhupada ki